Welcome to SolidCAM Professor. I'm Sydney, your SolidCAM Professor, with one of many recordings available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In this recording, we'll be showing you the machine simulation on the entire part over here. Now, as you can see over here, we have the DMG NTX 1000 with all the controls on the side, and we'll be showing you this simulation with one operation at a time. First, what I'd like to do is open the door so we can actually see the simulation a lot better. So let me just open the door over there, and we'll just turn this so we can see this area over here. And as you can see, here's the part that has the machine. You can see the actual stock. You can see the main spindle, the upper turret, lower turret, and the back spindle as well, together with the chucks that we have over here. Okay, let's position this correctly with the way I want it so we can see this a lot better. And by the way, if we want, I can actually get rid of the machine housing so I don't have to see the machine housing, and we can see it like this as well, which will make it sometimes even easier for me to take a look at. If I want, I can show it with the tool paths or without the tool paths. I'll leave that out so we can actually see the part being machined. Okay, we'll start by running our first operation, and I'll do this in a slow pace. And as you can see over here, we're working now with the balance roughing on the part. You can see both of the cutters working on it from the top and from the bottom, finishing off the rough cut on this part using the operation of balance roughing. Our next operation is working on this face over there, and then we're going to be working on the slot on the side over here, this area over here, as shown in this area. Then we'll be working in this area over here, working on that slot. Next, as you can see, we'll be working on this spot over here, working around, doing a finish cut on these areas over here. In our next operation, you'll see that we are working now on the thread of this part, and now we've moved this out of the way. Next, we'll be working with the upper turret, as shown over here, working on that slot, machining out that slot over there. And I'll speed it up just a little bit. And then we'll be working in this area, finishing up those areas over here. Next, we'll be working on these slots over here on an angle. As you can see, we're working on an angle over there, as well as turning it around now and working on an angle in these areas over here, finishing off those areas. Next, we have to work inside over here. So what we'll do is the simultaneous machining, but before that, we're first clearing away this area over here, preparing it for that operation. All this clear material over there being cleared away. And now we're going to have the simultaneous movement of the machine. As you saw, it moves simultaneously. Next going to happen is that we are going to turn this up and then move this over here so we can actually mill inside the hole over here. Now, as you can see now in the operation itself, the tool is now moving in, working inside that area over there, milling out that hole. Next, we're going to have a turning operation to finish off that area over there, and then we're going to work on these surfaces over here. Next, we're drilling inside each one of those holes, as well as those holes over there. We're continuing working on those holes over there, and then going back, finishing off these holes inside on this side over here on this surface, and going back now and working on those holes over there. Next, we'll be working on these slots over here, and let me just slow this down a little. You can see now it's working simultaneous in those areas over there. And now in the next operation, we'll be working with the face mill also simultaneous on these surfaces over here. As you can see now, it's moving simultaneous in all directions and turning and finishing off those surfaces over there. Now, once we finish, we have to go to our next operation, which will actually be changing spindles. Now, we're finishing off the operation here. And now I'm going to actually zoom out a little so we can see this a little better as we move from one side to the next. Now, next is going to happen, the following is going to happen. As I zoom out, you can see that this turned to the side. The chuck straightened up. Let me slow this down. Next, our back spindle moved in to grab the part. As you see now, it moved over the part itself, and it's going to grab the part, moving it to the back over here. And next, we're going to start operating on this part, finish off the back of the part itself here as well. Now we'll let it run, and as you can see now, it's doing the turning operation over there. So finishing off that surface, getting it ready for its next operation. Now it did doing also a surface milling over there, clearing off those surfaces over there as shown. Now it's going to start working with the 3D eye machining in these areas over here. As you can see now, it's working with the 3D eye machining, clearing off this area over here. I'll speed it up just a little bit. And you can see it's also working, clearing around those studs, going down to the next step. And then it's going to work its way up on the studs. And we'll take a look at this entire simulation. As you see, it finishes this area over here, and then it's going to turn this around, indexing it to the next position, also working 3D eye machining on this part itself. As you see now, it indexed. It's going to do the same thing over here, and this is going to work 4 times because we use the option of indexing in this part. Is actually going to finish off the surface around the outside of those studs over here as shown over here, getting it ready for its next operation. It's doing it on all 4 studs as shown over here. Now the next operation will be working on this face over there, as well as this face over here, around here as well. Next, we're having the inside being milled out, this hole over here. And then it'll be finished with an internal grooving operation over there. Next, we'll be doing the 5-axis simultaneous on these grooves over here. And as you can see, we'll be finishing these parts. And this is actually how the whole part is done inside Machine Simulation. You can see everything being done over here. For more recordings on SolidCAM Professor, please go to our website, www.solidcam.com, and look for the tab of SolidCam Professor. Thank you for joining us on SolidCam Professor. Take care and have a nice day.